Okay guys, welcome to YellaBellyRP, and we are in the wonderful town of Strawberry, which is the starting point at the moment for new players. Okay? And this is the great state of YellaBelly. So when you start, the first thing you want to make sure you do, and hopefully I've discussed this in the last video, but the first thing you need to make sure that you have is at least a hat and a vest and a coat. So if I did not tell you to do that, that's on me, so apologies. But you need a coat because in the bottom left hand corner next to the mini-map you can see a temperature gauge. Right now that says 20 degrees. And you can see my heart and my stamina, and then just below the temperature gauge there is food. So you will need to eat in the game. However, your water and your thirst and your hunger is directly affected by the temperature. So to be able to do things like, so when you head more south on the map, so let me just bring up the map and we will get on with it very quick so I won't talk too much. But as you start heading down to this side of the map, and especially over here in Rhodes and Saint Denis and up in the bayou here, the temperature starts to raise very quickly. And of course, as you go north, it gets colder. So to be able to take your coat on and off, we have a quick sort of radial menu. And so if you press F6, okay, and you can then access a whole bunch of things, like you can do change your walking style, you can check your weapon, things like that. I don't even actually know what that does. I've never... Okay, it does nothing. But this is the one you want, is clothing. Inside clothing, you can see all these radial menus here, and these allow you to take off and place on clothes. So if I wanted to take off my hat, I can click that, and now you can see that my hat is off. But what it's really used for, put my hat back on, really is for doing things like taking your jacket off. So now that I've taken my jacket off, if you look at the temperature, you can see that it's dropped by 5 degrees. So wearing a coat directly affects the temperature of your body. And taking it off will obviously keep you cooler, and then putting your jacket on will keep you warm. And different jackets have obviously different effects within the cold. So if you're going to live or spend a lot of time up north, you're obviously going to need a fur-lined jacket and a fur-lined vest to keep you warm. However, if you're living in the bayou and you're croc hunting all the time, you will need to obviously be nude most of the time, so you can keep cool and not spend so much food and water trying to stay alive. So I need to put my coat back on. So just so you know that, again, F6 brings up this, and then you can change your clothes, you can dress and you can undress. So when down the bayou, you can take your clothes off, clothing, dress, and it will put everything back on for you. So that's one awesome thing about RedM. Okay, so guys, now that you're here, so you probably have about $400 on you. So if you come down here, you can see I do not have much money on me because it's all in our family bank. But you can see I have a whole bunch of junk here, so just ignore this for now. Okay? So the first thing that you want to do, because now that you're in RedM for the first time, you're going to be excited and you're going to want to explore and make a bit of cash so you don't go hungry, I guess. Okay, and the way to do that is you want to come into this general store here, and the first thing I recommend that you do is you buy yourself a carbine repeater. Do not buy a pistol, just buy a carbine repeater and a knife. So that's $120. You should have around $400 on you, I believe. What to do now is go here and buy 2 repeater ammos, and that should give you 100 and something rounds. Okay, once you have them inside your inventory, so once you've purchased them, okay, just open your inventory, click on your knife. Okay, you can see my dude just pulled that out. He pulled out the knife, see? And then just tap tab and he'll put it away. Next thing is we need our repeater My repeater is a little bit more sexy, but I've been playing for a while, so we're simulating a new character. And we need to see the way if you tap tab, he just places it in his offhand. If you hold down tab and then let go, he will put it on his back. If you have played Red Dead Redemption before, you know that you can hold down tab and it will have your weapons here. And eventually, as you start to buy more weapons and a lasso and all that, it'll end up here. So to be able to crypt it into your wheel, so it's really, really clear, you just double click. To then be able to take your weapons off, because we are in a safe zone, so I'm not allowed to wear a gun right now, okay, is I double click. Okay, and what you'll see is that my weapon is now not on my back. I always keep my knife on me because I like to have my knife on me. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to walk down to the post office and the bank, which is this building here. Okay, and you want to walk in this door. You need to go up to here, and I believe you will have an option to get your mailbox. Okay, you need to get a mailbox, and it is normally here, but I don't seem to have the option, and it could be because I have already got mine, but it is in this room. Okay, this is the bank, and you can place money in the bank. Once you have been given your pigeon number, we call it pigeon number, because when you send a mail, you sort of release a pigeon into the air, so we call it pigeon. So once you have got your number, if you press F6 again, you'll see mail. Press mail, and you will give this mail screen. In the corner is your mailbox. What you can do is, say, you can add people. So as you meet people, they will give you their post number, and you can add people by going create contact. You can add their name and their PO box. Okay, guys? So if you're coming into YellaBelly, you are most welcome to take my number here as your first contact. Okay? And my name is William. Whoops. It's William. There we go. William Ipswich. Okay, guys? So that's my name in this. And I am the eldest son in the Ipswich family. Okay. So let me just see if I can cancel that. Okay, so that is the menu. The mail menu. So now that we have a gun and some ammo, we kind of want to go hunting, but we can't really go anywhere without a horse. Okay? So to be able to get a horse, alright, to be able to get a horse, we need to just run a little bit outside of town to the south, and it's located just here. Okay, so we are here, and we're just going to run down here by foot to here. Just so you don't get lost, okay, you need to put a waypoint on, and if you've never played Red Dead Redemption before, okay, to be able to put a waypoint on, all you have to do is, there's so many ways to do this, but you can click and you can press enter, and that will give you a waypoint. Or another way that you can do it is just by double clicking, and it will also put it on. Okay, so let's follow this marker now. So I'll meet you at the stables, guys. So I'll see you in about a minute. Okay, guys, so we have made it to the stable. The stable shop is just inside here. So we push open the doors, push, and then you'll see a dude standing there with a horse. Okay, the dude is the shop front. So you can see now that I have an option to open stable. So we press R and we open the stable. To buy a horse, you want to go to the horse store. Okay, and you want to get down to the cheaper horses. Now, the cheaper horses in this particular state is the Morgan, and so you can click on it and it does nothing. Kind of frustrating. You can't really see anything. So to be able to access the horse, you need to click on the arrows. Okay, and then what you have down here is a price, and it tells you how many slots it can hold. Now, this horse is ridiculously crap. Okay, stay away from it if you can. Let's go down further to a Tennessee Walker. Okay, so a Tennessee Walker is $200 and it has 100 slots and it's decently paced. It's all right, okay? This is going to be your beginner horse in a way. So as you get a little bit more cash and a little bit more settled in state and you start sort of flexing those entrepreneurial skills that you have, you're going to start making money and you're going to start making money and you're going to afford a much more expensive horse. However, if you have $200 right now on you, buy this horse. If you have more, okay, cycle through, okay, and see if you can afford a much more expensive one of these. Okay, so I think 230, there's 231 here. That's not bad. Okay, and I think that's about the two cheapest horses. You're welcome to look through to see if you can find a cheaper horse, but $200, $230 is good for your first horse. Okay, so what to do is to be able to buy it. Okay, so we'll just scroll back down to where's the Tennessee Walkers. Okay, let's just do this 200 one, right? So to be able to buy it, you just click on this. So this image is supposed to be, I believe, a banknote, a pile of banknotes. So that's how you buy it. You click on that. It'll then ask you, okay, to pick a foal or an adult. You want to pick an adult. You can go male or female. So let's just do male. Then you name it and you're going to click accept. Okay. I'm not going to buy this horse. Okay. Because I already have a horse. So you click this button. I will click this button. Okay. And then what we want to do is go back to here. Okay. And then you want to click on my horse. And then your horse will be named here and you will have a little symbol, I believe. Okay? A little symbol here and I think you click it, okay? Once you've done that, if it's not there, it means your horse is already selected and you can pretty much call your horse. Your horse will not have a saddle, okay? This is something that you'll purchase later. So for now, you do not need any tack to ride this horse. Okay, your horse is fine without anything on it. Go outside. Okay, and then press H. Okay, and your horse will just appear, which ruins the RP a little, but we don't even notice it now. To get on your horse, you press E. Hopefully you know that because you've played Red Dead Redemption. If you haven't, so E to jump on your horse. Okay, so let's just talk about the horse very quickly in Red Dead Redemption. To be able to interact with your horse at all, you need to hold down the right mouse button. You will get this menu, okay, and you can press R to enter storage, okay, and then here you have to 100 storage. So just due to the jankiness of RedM, you can notice there that it says 0 out of 100, but if I drop something in, it will tell me exactly how much I've used, but on initial opening, it won't tell you how much space you have left. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, so, you know, you can press G to calm your horse, you can give it to somebody else by transferring, and then you can also press E to lead. So E is important. It allows you to walk the horse to... I don't think there's one around here. Okay, you can lead your horse to water. So normally, if you ride through a stream or a river, you can allow your horse to drink. And you can see that I have an option to drink the horse on my menu there. So you can click it, and if you are standing in the water, the horse will drink from the water, and I'll show you why that's important. Another thing you can do as well is if your horse needs to rest because its core, any of its cores are depleted, that's the white heart and the white lightning bolt. If they are depleted, you can rest your horse by doing this, by pressing R, and the horse will sit down. So you can... I think you can press H to make it stand up, but I prefer to just jump on it and it will stand up. So again, I pressed E to stand up. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about this horse now, so we can get on with stuff. Okay, so right click mouse to bring up the menu. So you have to hold it, otherwise it goes away. Okay, and you can see down the bottom that there is 2 bars. One is orange, one is blue. That is your horse's hunger and your horse's water. You must maintain that. Secondly, in RedM, you cannot train your horse. That is the job of a horse trainer. You cannot catch horses. Well, you can, but there's no point because you cannot sell tamed horses. That is a native's job, okay? So don't bother playing around with horses unless you are a horse trainer. But you will need to make sure that you keep your horse's food up. Okay, I've told you how to do the first one. So you lead it by pressing E, and then you take it to water, and you press G to make it drink. To be able to make a horse eat, okay, you will need apples or some sort of horse food. Okay, but I tend to use apples. To be able to do that is you sit on your horse. This is just for later when you do have apples. You don't need to feed your horse right now. So apples. You can find apples in rubbish bins. You'll find rubbish bins as you go around. You can search inside them and look inside them and find things. But if I double click this inside my entry, the same way we pulled out our weapon, it'll feed the horse. Now that the horse is fed, if we get off, you can see now that his food is full. An apple will pretty much fill it up. Don't panic too much about caring for your horse, okay? They're pretty hardy, you don't really need to look after them. Okay, so I've wasted a lot of time just talking to you about this stuff. Hopefully that will take you under a minute to do. And the reason why it's important is that right now you have no food on you, okay? I've told you to spend your money on a decent horse rather than buying equipment, because it's better to have a very good horse, a very good beginner horse now, than to buy like a pistol, a revolver, another type of gun, a whole bunch of ammo. You don't need it. What you need to do is from Strawberries, we want to go to just west of Blackwater. So it's just here. Basically, there is a crossing here on the river, and just on the other side, there are lots of deer. So what we want to do is we want to go to here. If you don't really know what to do is set your marker for this crossing just above Great, where it says Great Plains. If you set it here, you'll be fine. But let's start moving because I'm being boring. Okay, let's go. So, alright guys, I will see you guys on the plain, on the prairie. Okay guys, so I decided just to jump back in before we reach the prairie. The prairie's on the other side of this river, but I want to show you this now. This is a perfect place to show you about watering your horse. So remember, hold down right click next to your horse, so we bring up the menu, and we want to press E to lead. And then what to do is release your finger off the right mouse button. Sorry, not the left, it's the right mouse button. And then walk into the water with the horse. Okay, and then we want to stop. Okay, and then press G. The horse will drink. So my horse is well watered, so he's not going to stay in there very long. But if your horse is thirsty, he will drink for a while. Once he brings his head back up, you know he's ready. Once you're done, jump back on, and then we head up the hill. So we're just going to head up here. Okay, wait, there's something red right there. I just got to put... Oh shit, run, Willow. Oh boy. Okay, boys and girls, I forgot to tell you about the murder kitty. Be very careful, they are everywhere in state. Okay, so be very careful. Your horse, as a beginner horse, will not run away from it. Your horse will kick you. So that is why it's always good to have your weapon on your back once you have left Strawberry. Okay, Strawberry is the only town that you need to disarm yourself. So you can ride into any other town to be able to sorry guys, a bit shook up. I wasn't ready for that. Whew. Sorry, my adrenaline's pumping. I thought I was going to die in the middle of our beginner tutorial. Yep, so you don't have to disarm in any other town, it's just here. So always carry your weapon with you. So I had to quickly whip out my weapon then, and I almost died. Okay, so once you have an animal, again, if you've played Red Dead Redemption, you know how to do this. But if you don't, you can place your animal, your carcass here, this body, on the back of your horse. So once you walk up to the... I don't know if you guys saw that, so let me just show you. So again, I'm hoping you've at least played a little bit. So you have two options here because we do have our knife in our pocket. We can skin it or we can pick it up. Because this is a cougar, guys, I'm going to just put it on the back of my horse, okay? Okay, and now it sits on the back of my horse. Now, this was not part of my plan, so I am going to fast forward and show you how to be able to sell this carcass, because I wanted to show you how to be able to not implement the back of your horse. So here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, now that we have this, and this has interrupted our tutorial, I'm going to show you this first. Most towns have this symbol. This symbol is a butcher, and I think it's the same in Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Online, is that if you go to a butcher, you can drop off full carcasses, which means that when you kill an animal, you can slap it on the back of your horse, and you can take it to this place. And so I'm going to very quickly, like, montage us through this, okay guys? So let's do it. Okay guys, so we are back on the prairie and we are sitting right on the junction that I said that for you guys to come down to. So we're pretty much here and we have come from Strawberry. So let's... Okay, there. So you can see that we've come from Strawberry down here and we're now on the prairie just above Blackwater. So guys, disregard us going into Blackwater. So at this point we would have just traveled right down here and we'd be here. Okay? And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go hunting, okay? So we have our trusty repeater carbine, okay? And we are now going to go hunting. And I think I'm going to go this way. And so what I'm doing is I'm using my eagle eye, which is caps lock. It's caps lock to be able to use this sight. It'll last for a certain amount of time and then it will shut down. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm trying to run around to get animals to spawn so we can start hunting them. So there's nothing really up at the moment, and it could be just because nobody's really been here at the moment, so nothing's spawned. So we're just waiting for that spawn to come up. Turn around. Okay guys, so just remember this whole area that you can see is yours for the taking. You can hunt in here. Just don't hunt any buffalo. If you come across any buffalo, do not kill the buffalo. You will be hunted down and you will be killed by players who play as natives. So do not kill the buffalo. Okay, we're gonna go up over the hill because it seems like nothing is spawning here right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to look around and we'll come back to it once I have found something to hunt. Alright guys, so we got our first kill here. Okay, the spawning is a little bit janky, so hopefully this doesn't disappear. Okay, so what we want to do now is, because we can pick this up and we can put it on the back of our horse, and then we have one carcass to sell, okay? And basically that's not really good as a beginner. It's not going to help us. So what we want to do is we really want to be able to cut it up and place it inside our inventory, okay? So we're going to skin it. So press E. And then it's going to go through this cinematic, and again, if you've played Red Dead Redemption, you know exactly what's going to happen next, okay? The only difference is that the carcass disappears and the skin, so you don't have to put it. See the way that disappeared? And then also, if you can see that we're no longer holding the skin, the pelt as well, and that's because in RedM it just tries to make it a little bit easier for you to be able to basically collect stuff, okay? So basically what we're going to do, that's a player there, hopefully he's not going to get butt hurt, or because he thinks that I'm going to be hunting bison, so we're going to move away from him just so he doesn't come over and interrupt us, but eventually we will go and talk to people, but not right now. Okay, so as you can see then, if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, right now you would have a carcass on the back of the horse that's been skinned, and then, or you would have skins on the back of your horse, okay? So RedM makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to collect meat, pelts, all these different things by placing them inside your inventory. So if we open up our inventory, we can see here that we have a buckskin, we have antlers, we got crocodile teeth here because I was hunting crocodiles yesterday, and you can see we have some venison here, okay? So to be able to sell this stuff, to be able to make money, we need to go to a trapper. And the thing is in YellaBellyRP, there are no trappers in town. They've all been moved outside of town now. So the nearest trapper is here. Oops, okay, so there's Blackwater. We have Strawberry up here. So the nearest one is just here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a marker onto here, and we're going to travel here to this trapper and sell our wares. Now, because we are on the prairie, okay, and we're not really in the mountains, you can just point yourself at the direction of the marker rather than following the road, and you can ride through the forest, okay? So rather than having to take the long way to your waypoint, you can just ride through the forest that's to our front. Oops, jumping down hills. So I will see you when I arrive at the trapper. Okay guys, so we have made it to the trapper. And there are horses everywhere in here, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so let's put my weapon away. Okay, so this is the trapper hut, and recently it has been opened up, so it has an interior now, so you can open it up and walk inside. Okay, and the shop is just here. Okay, so we open it by pressing G, and then we can sell our stuff that we just cut up for our deer. So the buckskin will be $6. That will be $4, so there's $10. And then if we sell the jerky, that's $1.50. So we would have made $11.50 from that. Okay, so let's sell the pelt. So again, to be able to sell things, you just grab it, click and drag, drop, and then it'll ask you to put in the quantity. The quantity is right there. So we have 1. So we type 1 and then hit accept. We made $6, okay? and then that will be placed into your money. So let's take the antlers as well. 1. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep this for now because I want to show you something, okay? So let me just sell the rest of this while I'm here. So there's 3 of them from my hunt yesterday. Oh, there we go. We have a deer bone as well. So we would have made $12.50. Make that 1. There we go. Okay. So I'm keeping the venison because I want us to make food, so we don't have to pay for food. So we can be a little bit more self-sufficient without having to spend money at a shop to eat food. So what we want to do is you want to be able to find a fire. I think this is one. If you walk up to it... No, this is not one. Yes, it is. There we go. So you can see down in the corner we have the option to craft by pressing G. So if you press G, you'll get this menu. This menu allows you to craft a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so things you can do tobacco and stuff like that, and there's blacksmithing there, but I won't have any option to blacksmith. You can make tea and coffee and stuff like that, and in foods, you got a whole bunch of different types of food. And if you actually click on them, it'll tell you what you need to be able to do it. So you can see there it says that we need game meat and salt to be able to make this food. Okay, some of them are a little bit more complex. Cooked pork. Yep, so that has crows, garlic, salt, and pork chop to be able to make this food. However, if you go down the bottom, it says survival. To be able to make survival... So survival food is basically what you will spend most of your time eating. So you have bottled water. You can grab dirty water from somewhere and clean it. And you can make deer jerky. Deer jerky is the staple food in this state. Okay, to be able to make it, you need 1 venison. Okay? To be able to create it, you go craft, and then what you do is it'll ask for the amount. So basically, if you have more than 1 venison in your inventory and you want to be able to just make them all at once, it allows you then to select all 3 and then make them in 1 hit. However, we have 1, so we will hit 1 and then we confirm. What will happen next is that you will need to make sure you have your finger on the E button, on your E key, so that you can successfully execute the craft, because most of the interactions like mining, farming, and being able to make food, you have a mini game that you have to complete. And what it is, it's a green bar that goes along, and there is a space on the bar where you must hit E inside that bar. So rather than explain it, I'm just going to show you. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so it goes up, and once it hits the lines, I gotta hit the E button. If you miss, you are unsuccessful, you will lose your venison, and you will not make any jerky. So I've taken off my jacket just so my dude is a little bit more comfortable. Okay, so now that we made food, we can find our food in our inventory, and it's here. You can tell because it's called deer jerky, poor man's food, and it's better to eat poor while you are poor. To better eat, just double click. Okay, and your dude will eat. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to ride back very quickly because I've wasted a lot of time. We're going to quickly ride back to Strawberry. Okay, and again, you don't have to kill just 1 deer. Maybe go around and kill like a bunch of deers so you have a lot of meat and antlers in your inventory for when you sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a marker onto Strawberry. And we are going to go to the general store, which is actually this. Okay? So we're going to go there now, and we're going to do one more thing, which is very important. Okay, so I will see you in Strawberry. And depending on which way you come in, please remember to take your weapons off, because this is a safe zone on Yellow Belly. Okay, so there we go. We've taken our Winchester off, our repeater. You will have a carbine. Okay, so we need to just very quickly go to the butcher and drop this carcass off, and then we're going to the general store. Okay, so guys, hit the shop again. Menu G, okay, and you want to scroll down and look for empty bottles. Yes, here we go. Okay, glass bottles. Okay, so if you notice that water costs $2 here, okay, but you can buy this for 20 cents, okay, and you'll also need to buy a bucket, okay, so let's go here, and we're going to need a minimum of 6, so it will only make 6 at a time, so we're going to buy 6, okay, and that cost $1.20, okay. Next thing I need you to buy is a bucket. A bucket costs $10. I obviously have buckets here, okay, so buy as many as you like if you have a bit of cash, but I recommend just buying a single bucket for now, but when you decide to get into farming, it becomes important then. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to find a pump. Now, I actually have no idea where there is a pump here in Strawberry, so if you just give me a moment, guys, I'm going to look around and try and find...
I gotta be somewhere.
Okay, get out the way then, dude.
Oh, shit.
God, these NPCs are rude. Okay, I'm just going to check in here. Okay guys, so I apologize, but it seems like the only water pump is at the stable where you bought your horse, which means that you will need to travel just to here. Okay, and it's in the pen here. It's in the pen, so just, there's the opening. Here's the opening that you walk through to get your horse. Walk in here. Okay. G, fill up your single bucket. Okay, so just allow the animation to finish. So it's finished. Jump back on your horse and head back to town. Okay, so once you are back at the general store, so this is where we were at the general store here. So once you exit the general store, so here's the general store. Once you exit, this is the welcome house, or the house where the welcome center. Go down the side of it here and you will see a fire. Okay, so this is just a crafting place. So walk up to it. Okay, open up craft. Okay, down to survival, and the first one is bottled water. And as you can see there, it says ×6. This means, right, that when it asks you for amount, okay, when it asks you for amount, you need to place in 1 because we have only 6 bottles on us. If you have a dozen, if you have 12, you can place in 2. So let's just go confirm. Okay, so I have too much in there. So I already have too much water, so I can't carry anymore. Maybe I drink a little bit more. Okay, now I should be able to make some water. Okay guys, so now I got space in my inventory, because you can only carry 20 water in your inventory. Okay, so let me just do that again. Okay, survival, bottled water, craft. Okay, 1. And when I confirm, we're going to have the crafting animation again, which I'll have to make sure that I succeed in. So remember to press E. So we wait. And execute. Okay, and then I have successful craft. And I already had 14 in here, so now I should have 20. Where's my water? There it is. So I have 20 out of 20 now. And that is basic. That is the basics of starting. Now, I could sit here and make a huge tutorial on like how to be able to min-max the crap out of this game. However, it's much better if you just ask around in the server, like in roleplay, and learn how to do things from other people. Now, the majority of people are going to be in Blackwater. On this server, at this point in time, the largest towns with people is Blackwater. Okay, the horse training girls are all here in McFarland, so this is where all the girls are, and then all the the biggest town of them all at the moment is Tumbleweed. So if you go down to Tumbleweed, you will meet people. So what can you offer people? You can make a business and provide supplies for them. So everything from meat, and you hunt, obviously, to be able to collect meat. And another thing you can do is you can farm. Now, check down in the description because a farming tutorial will be brought out very soon to teach you how to farm. However, right now, if you go down in the description, you will see my how to be self-employed in RedM video, and I teach you how to be able to make a business. I just want you to see this if you enjoyed hunting, because I think it's very important for you to see this so you can aim for something. You can buy this wagon. Now hopefully this does not kill us when we bring it up. Thank goodness. Okay, so you can have a cart like this, and this cart allows me to carry animal bodies. So like we put on the back of the horse, I can carry 125 of them. So this is literally a business wagon. This can get you a lot of money, and by being able to fill this cart up. Secondly is that you also have a lot of space. You can see here that you have 500 slots of space here, so you can really run a business out of this cart. And this is a large hunting wagon. I'm going to get rid of it because it's blocking the way. Alright guys, so if you don't really know what to do from here, I recommend that you... Let me just pull up here so I don't disrupt this cart. Okay, so from here guys, I recommend if you are going to join YellaBelly, if you're going to join this particular server, the next place to go is to Blackwater, and then from Blackwater, go to McFarland's and find out if any of the girls there and see if you can do anything. Okay? A lot of things you can do for them is like learn how to farm, and I hope that by the time you're watching this, there is a farming video down in the description. However, if you're somebody who has jumped on this early, maybe it's not available. Once you've done that, go down to Armadillo and find out where you want to live. Just remember that as you come down here, you will need to take your clothes off. Alright guys, I guess I'll see you in state. Come find me. My name is William Ipswich, and I am one of the brothers. I'm the eldest of the sons of Ipswich. Yeah, and we're really friendly.